Well, happy Saturday and good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing a complete overview of my entire suspension setup on my C5Z. It's been a work in progress for about 2 years as far as the suspension, and I finally have it dialed in how I love it. And we'll go through piece by piece what I did. Of course, all the things I've done will be in the description below, where to get it, and the videos of the installation as well. We'll do a little drive around, and kind of as a bonus, I'm mounting my GoPro in the front wheel well so you can see it all working in real time. You know, the coils, the poly bushings, that's all you'll be able to see. But regardless, it should be pretty neato. So I'm going to shut up. We'll go around the car and I'll show you exactly all the little points I hit. We'll go for a drive and we'll talk about it. Alright, we'll start right here with the DRM bushing right there. That's actually for your steering rack right there. This isn't really suspension, it's on the fringe, but I kind of include it because it kind of helps your steering feel. Factory, this has a rubber bushing. I swapped it out for a full aluminum bushing. Kind of took some doing to get in there, but it wasn't too bad. And that helped the steering feel and center a lot. Of course, where to get it's in the description below, and I got a video on that as well if you want to check it out. Next thing we got going on here is the poly bushings for my sway bars. I did not upgrade the sway bar simply because this is a Z06 and they're pretty stout. I'm fine with the way the sway bars work, so I left them just how they are. As you can see, I have no leaf springs. That's where they would mount, right there, because I do have coilovers. Hopefully you can see them right there. Those are my BC coilovers. I went with those guys simply because the price was right, and I got them on Amazon. I had a bunch of Amazon credits. If I didn't, I might have went with the silvers and or the Vikings. I've heard good things about all three of them. So it's been about 2 years, and I'm more than happy with my BC coilovers. Next, you'll see my poly bushings right there for my lower control arms. Up there for my upper control arms. I got some brand new tie rods right there. You can see my Willwood brakes there in the background. That's a brake setup, not suspension setup. No, that's still pretty cool. Right there you can see the little dial. There's 3 different settings, rebound settings. These are set to 5, closest to soft. I feel that's the best for this situation. The rears, I have those set to right in the middle at 15. They feel just fine, just how they are. As you can see, I got some lower ball joints and upper ball joints. You can see those guys. So pretty much everything has been replaced. I did put new hubs in just the front though. New hubs about a year ago. So on this car, the only thing still in OEM configuration is the rear wheel hubs. Everything else suspension wise has been replaced. As right there you can see these. I did these about 2 years ago. These are the Inlinks. Got some corrosion on them. It is what it is. I live near the ocean, so it is what it is. I believe it's steel, so it's okay. So yeah, so now I'm gonna shut up and we'll go for a little drive, and I'm gonna put the GoPro right here actually. So we'll see how this works. I have no idea. I hope I don't lose it. We'll see what happens together. So, all right, let's hop in the car. Man, it's nice today. We're on the East Coast, perfect weather. 75, sunny, awesome weather. Awesome Corvette weather. So, really the purpose of this video is, well, A, to inform you guys, and secondly, I've kind of done all the homework for you guys as far as suspension setups, etc. This is a good daily setup, track on occasion, a good autocross setup, I feel. This car feels to me how the car should have felt from the factory. It's perfect. The steering is dialed in. There is almost no slop on center. If you have a C5 Corvette in stock form, especially this old, and done nothing to the suspension or steering, the steering is very numb, very vague. There's a lot of slop on center, meaning you can move the wheel a little bit with no real feedback from your steering at all. There's no steering engagement. But with the solid steering bushing and all of the poly setup, it's tight. It feels good. It feels proper. The poly bushings complement the coilovers perfectly. I've had no issues at all with this setup. Not one squeak, not one rattle, nothing's clicking or clanging. It's perfect. I can do 80, take the hand off the wheel, and it's nice. It's smooth as glass. The stock leaf springs, I get what GM was doing. It saves a lot of money. It's very simple. It's very reliable. However, what I didn't like about it is the crosstalk. You take a gnarly off-ramp or hit a bump, you'll feel it in the right side, but you also feel on your left side too. The car kind of doesn't really like it. It's not a bad setup for the cost. You know, GM had to keep the cost down when making Corvettes. And they've had some sort of mono spring, I want to say since C3, don't quote me on that. I know C4 did for sure. really hope my my GoPro is still there when I get back home. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I've let other Corvette drivers drive it that have C5 or C6s. They love the way it's dialed in, especially the way I have it. I'm very particular about things, how they got to feel, from my shifter to my seats. Again, these are the Amazon special seats. It's very polarizing. You either love them or hate them. For the price point, you can't beat the damn things. But I wish you guys could feel and drive the car, but this thing's tight. It's so nice. Yeah, I'm doing almost 50, smooth, straight as an arrow. It feels good and confident over any kind of bump. If it's a really gnarly road, a lot of really just crappy road, potholes, yeah, it feels a little jarring, but assuming you're in a nice area with nice roads, it's perfect. And what's funny is, how this thing is dialed in now, I prefer this on off ramps and extreme cornering over my C8. I have the non-Z51 C8. It feels good, but it feels a little floaty. It's got a little body roll. This feels a lot more tight, a lot more confident around the turn. I'd rather have this in a track situation now than I would the C8 is right now. C8's an awesome cruiser though, in the non-Z51 package. I have not driven the Z51 C8 yet. I got some friends that have them. I just don't know why I haven't. I'll do that in a future video. I'll compare the non to the Z51 suspension and setup on the C8. But that's for a C8 video. This is a C5 day. God, it's nice. I can go to the beach. Oh, random, but if you're in Virginia, North Carolina area, in 2 weeks, there's going to be a huge Corvette. I wouldn't call it a show. It's a event by beachcombers, Corvette beachcombers at Virginia Beach. It's going to be Norfolk waterfront. I plan on bringing both of my Corvettes. Should be a lot of fun. So if you're in the area, by all means, come say hi. That'll be fun. Now, I filmed a lot of footage a few minutes ago on the highway with the GoPro setup. I'm doing my talking more of a back roads here in downtown, so you can hear me, not much wind noise. All right, so what I did, I got BC coilovers all the way around. Got a video on those. Very, very easy to do. I want to say I spent $1,300 on those guys from Amazon. It showed up in like 2 days. One of the best upgrades I've done. I know a lot of people are weary about coilovers on the C5 simply because the mounting position, but these have been 2 years, no issues at all. Just make sure you put a poly bushing between the frame and the coilover. A rubber would just get destroyed. Secondly, all of my end links have been upgraded, like you saw. Super easy thing to do. I kept my sway bar how it is. Like I said, it's a Z06 sway bar, it's fine. I did replace the sway bar bushings to poly bushings, so loved it, loved it, loved it. Feels nice. Obviously, all four of my control arm bushings have been replaced to poly. That was kind of a job. I just focus on one corner at a time. It was a little time consuming, especially filming it. It kind of drove me insane, but glad that I did it. Awesome, another awesome upgrade. My front hubs I did just because of the age of the vehicle. Inner and outer tie rods have been replaced. That's a very easy job to do, and I highly recommend it on a car this old if it hasn't been done. So now that the suspension is completely wrapped up on this guy, the next thing I'm doing is some more aesthetic modifications. I'll be doing the rear valance, front lip, C8 Z06 badging on the side front fenders, probably some hood vents. I'm just kind of going all out, you know what I mean? And then at that point, I'll take a break. I'll start working on the C8 a little bit, and then we'll come back to this thing, start doing some engine work, light engine work, not too crazy. And I do at one point want to do a proper sound system in this car. I got the head unit joint, which is fine. I got some upgraded mids in the back. They're okay, but it needs a proper amp, and it needs subs in the back, not in the doors. It's rattled all the damn doors. It's annoying. Well, in any case, that's my complete suspension setup. Hope you enjoyed the B-roll footage of the suspension. Hopefully it turns out okay. And hopefully we'll be doing the rear balance and splitter next week as a video. So that's all I got. It is so nice. I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna go enjoy beer today because it is so nice out here. All right, guys, take care.